Well, hello and welcome to my live stream. Although, probably welcome to my recording because you're not actually there now because I've just started. I am just finishing rolling this last field of corn. Then we're going to whiz through to February. I have a terrible feeling I've missed I've missed selling a load of stuff. Here, I think there's a oh look, the price is on the way up. Oh no, February's the big time, but still, 2,662 is a good price for sunflowers in the South Cooperative. The question is whether I go and sell it there now or whether I wait and see if the price goes up tomorrow. Sugar beet, best time for selling sugar beet is also January, but there's so much of it, and I don't really have a vehicle big enough to transport that much. So I might not worry too much about that. Might try and do that in February because there won't be much else going on in February because my crops will all be growing. What's the other tractor doing? The other tractor appears to have stopped. That means it's probably finished rolling the field. Looks like it's missed a little bit in that corner there. That's a bit naughty of it. I don't think rolling affects the yield very much anyway, so fussing about something like that is probably, definitely probably, a total and utter waste of time. The only other thing that's happened is that I've sold some pigs. I've sold £24,000 worth of pigs, a whole load of mature sows that had not started a new reproductive cycle, and I sold them for £1,000 and something each, 20 of them. So you can probably work out how many I sold, or how much I sold them for, because I got £24,000 for it. Just going to pop this away. Oh, I'm just going to check whether it's mine or whether this is. So we've got one that's leased. I think it's the other one that's leased. It would be worth having two rollers, given that I'm a bit obsessed with rolling everything and mulching everything. They're my two favourite things to do. Used to hate it. Used to find I was very resentful of having to roll stuff, but now I quite enjoy it. I think maybe it's because this modded roller that goes at a decent speed came along. So it's not quite such a painful job. And also, I've discovered various ways of being able to see what I'm doing. When rolling first became a thing, it was quite tricky sometimes to see where you'd been because the ground texture didn't change. But with a little bit of tweaking, that is possible. Just got this fella to finish. Got about half a field left to do. It all seems to be going very nicely. And then we might go and sell some sunflower seeds. I hate it when it's sort of on the cusp, you know. Will the price be better tomorrow? I mean, theoretically, that's, where are we? Sunflower seeds. 2638 is a high. The current price is 2672 at South Cooperative. Where is South Cooperative? Let's tag it. Is it far away? It's not far away. It would be quite a convenient place to sell. I could whip down there. My trailer's over here. It holds 300,000, so it's only a couple of trips. It's only a couple of trips. So maybe we'll do this. People will be screaming, don't. You'll get a better price tomorrow, but I don't know quite when tomorrow I'm going to get a better price. Price is going up. I got a good price now. I think if I was farming this for real, a good price now is so valuable compared to the possibility of a good price at some point in the future. And also there's lots of hanging around, checking the price. I think I'm going to sell this now. Now whereabouts is, and there it is, okay. Not entirely sure I know where that is. I think that's the place that I've been to before. Going up and over here. If I get onto the, if I get up onto the main road, where's the main road? It's not far from here. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, it's tricky in the dark, isn't it? It's quite tricky. Oh, no, not what I want to go up there. That's to a sheep pen. Let's whiz this way. Whiz. Ooh, it's quite heavy. I'm just going to keep going south. That seems to be a sensible approach. Keep heading south until okay, heading south and then turn right. Am I going to get the chance to turn right here somewhere? Oh, 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 out onto the main road. There we go. Ping. I think there's a little tight left here. Just up here. Or have I gone way past it? I thought there was a way in. Southern Cooperative. Maybe there's a way in around the other end. Let's go round it a few times. There we go. In we go. Have faith in yourself. It's an important lesson. Let's see. Fum, 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 fum. £80,000. Was that what I was expecting? Somehow I felt like I was going to get a bit more than that. But that's just me being a bit mad. Is there a way out here? No, I think we have to turn around in this tight area. Then I'm going to set a destination. Just tell it to go there. Where shall we go to? Should we go to just sort of here somewhere? Like that. That's close enough, isn't it? Looks like the job has been done. I should get rid of my roller. I'll just quickly hop onto my here and check that everything's been rolled. It does look like it has. What's the deal with that? Oh, that one was ploughed because that one's slightly different because that had sugar beets in it. I think. Yes. Yes. It's all a bit rusty. Can't really remember anything. And this roller is leased, so I can get rid of that fairly easily. By going ping, and I've had it for 0.6 hours. There shouldn't be any additional charges. Thank you, Mr. Roller, for helping out. Don't think that you've paid for yourself, because I don't think the yield difference is enough to warrant it. Here I am. Might be sensible to turn some lights on. It's 9:30. We take one more load of grain. 30,000 litres. That'll be 60,000 out of the 70,000 that we started with. Sold. I'm tempted not even to check the price tomorrow. I don't want to upset myself. It could be very nice to have another £80,000. I wonder if I drive up here, I could get the little autopilot to drive to. Now, where was I? I was out on this road here, which it got to very easily. So if I hit B and say that I want to go to, is this it? South Distribution Centre, South Cooperative. It is the South Cooperative that we want, isn't it? South Cooperative. We want to go there. So, yeah, that's where I didn't drive in. That's where I did eventually drive in. So if we set the destination for sort of there, let's see if she'll head in that direction. Temporarily, she seems to be doing so quite competently, which is nice. Having a little think. Oh, little change of direction up onto this road. Yes, this is the same route that I took. That's remarkable. I think maybe she might hang a right at this point, which I didn't do. Yeah. I did go round the houses a bit, didn't I? Here we go. On some maps, there are places that close at night. I think there was the farm shop. I think there's a map where I got some of my equipment trapped inside the farm shop overnight because the gates closed and they wouldn't open again until the morning. Which is rather clever. Very annoying, but quite clever. There we go, £80,000 plus £8,000 of environmental reward. Thank you very much, the government. Sunflower's off to be turned into sunflower oil and animal food. It's a good old crop. Let's just stay on this road and see where we end up. Every time I look at the map, I veer all over the place. It's always one of the problems with sat-navs. So you have to take your eye off the road in order to look at them. Oh, yes, I remember. Woo! Oomph. Straight down. Interesting. Here I am at the pigs. Time to put this away. And then close up for the night. Do 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 do. Boom boom. Pop the old trailer away. Gently does it. Got some eggs, not very many eggs. I'll just leave them lying on the ground on the farm, very unhygienically. Pop this tractor away and call it a day. 10 o'clock's not that late. People are up working through the night quite regularly. So this is nothing at all. Where's the house? Over here somewhere. I think those are okay. I think before I do that, I'm just going to do a little save game because I am, concerned. Let's get up at 8. We're going to have to do something with those sugar beets today. And we might sell them to my sell point on the farm just to save my completely incompetent driving all over the place. Let's have a little look at how the corn is coming on. It's looking lovely. It's not quite as high as an elephant's eye yet, but when it is, that'll be exciting. All looks happy in there. I didn't actually walk into it, did I, over here? Nitrogen is bad. Nitrogen is perfect. Okay. Is there anywhere where I have to spread any nitrogen? Let's go and double check. I know you can check by looking on the screens, but there's nothing like actually walking out into your crop to really know what's going on. Nitrogen is perfect. That's good. And then I've got another field, good sized field of stuff over here. Oh, this is pretty. What's this? Chickpeas. We might have to grow some chickpeas. That looks like a nice crop. Nitrogen's perfect. I don't think I need to do anything. Don't think I've got any weeds to worry about. I don't think I've got any fertilizer to worry about. Just leave that to grow. And I want it to have grown by June, don't I? Because June is when I'm going to get the best price for it. On the subject of prices, what is the price today for sunflowers? 2,891, so significantly more than it was last night when I sold it, which is a little bit annoying. I assumed that the great demand would have run out by today. So I could sell my 12,000 litres remaining. What I really need to do is to get rid of sugar beet, which I can sell on the farm for 448, which makes economic sense because I wouldn't be doing very many miles. I'd be using less fuel. And given that I've got 463,000 litres of it to sell, but I can only do it 30,000 litres at a time, I suppose what I could do is hire a trailer that has ridiculous capacity. So if I go all the way to the end of this, there are these TARDIS trailers. I have one, but I just don't have it set to ridiculous capacity. That's what I've got. This one here can hold up to 200,000 litres. This fella here holds 250,000 litres. If I were to lease it in its very unattractive colours, it would be £1,000, nearly £1,200, which seems like a good idea. Because, well, I have got it on its 250, yes, good. Which seems like a good idea because then I can get rid of those sugar beets pretty quickly. I also want to chop some sugar beets and put them back into store. So I've got chopped sugar beets for the pigs. I had a little mental breakdown then. I couldn't remember how to start the engine. Something you do so often. I'm blaming the fact that I used to play this on a PlayStation. And now I'm playing it on an Xbox. And the buttons are slightly different. But they're not really. They're in the same place. And they're just marked differently. So this ridiculous trailer will allow me to sell my crop on the farm, and I'll get a decent return for it. But I want to save some for the pigs, and I need to chop them because it's chopped sugar beet that's needed. One way to do that would be to have a trailer with a chopper built in, and I could rent the trailer with the chopper and chop some up, which is perhaps what I will do. I'll sell one trailer full here. If I'm now that I'm selling them in such large quantities, I'm thinking maybe I will go to the sugar factory to do this and get the slightly better price because it'll make a difference. I was going to sell them on the farm because it means no, but I was then going to ferry them backwards and forwards. But if I'm going only a couple of trips, if I'm only doing a couple of trips, then maybe it's worth, maybe it is worth going to the sugar company where I get a little bit more. Don't know where sugar company is. Oh, it's up there. That's where it is. So I wonder whether it'll be able to drive there of its own volition. That would be good. Meanwhile, I will then go and sell the remaining sunflowers at that much better price, which I should have held out for. Silly me. But, you know, profit now. So valuable. Gosh, it's taking a little while to fill, isn't it? Let's go and hook up to this trailer here. join the queue. Don't need it to be in its expanded form for this trip, but I'll leave it as it is for now. Wonder what sort of condition this tractor's in. Needs a little bit of work. It makes sense to keep things in good condition. It is filling. Oh, little bit's dropping out the bottom. There we go. Let's put the cover on in case it rains. Doesn't look like it's going to, even though it's the middle of February, because I've got everything set up to be permanently like June, which I think makes sense under the circumstances. Right, now then, what we want to do is we want to go to wherever this place is that's flashing. There we are. Oh, it's not very far away, is it? I just want to get close, really. How does one get in? Probably get in. Looks like you get in through here. So I'm going to put myself in that direction there. And he seems to be happy with that. So I will come and pick up some sunflowers and get a decent price for them without any sense of resentfulness and without, first of all, going past the little free supply of stuff. Not free, but cheap. I could buy cheap sunflowers and sell them, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not greedy. I want to think what I'm going to do with all my money. I think possibly, well, I've got a couple of options. One is to buy cows, which would be an extra job that needs doing all the time. Oh, even this small amount is quite heavy, being a struggle to pull. Buy more land. Cows are quite time consuming. I could get sheep. They're less time consuming. Less profitable. Well, the wool is profitable in this game, because in the real world, wool is ridiculous. I think a fleece is about 50p or something. It's absolutely mad. But in the game, wool is quite profitable. So I could get a whole load of sheep, and they are very easy to look after. They just need water and grass or hay. The thing about the cattle place is that it's got automatic feeder. I just don't know whether it works. Certainly in one version of this map, the last time I played it, it didn't work. I suppose we could try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You need to fill it with hay, straw and silage, and then it's got an auto feeder. I don't really have a means of making all of those things. I guess I could make some silage out of the maize, and I could buy a grass field and make hay. And I've got quite a lot of straw in store. Thoughts? Thoughts indeed. pop this away and we'll see how the Piggly Wigglies are getting on. The chickens will need a bit of protein, I suspect. They've got plenty of grain, but it's protein they're missing. And we might get the animal protein making thing up and running again. For which we need some cut beet. And I shall go and get a trailer that also chops beet, and we'll do one trailer full of chopped beet into our stores. I'll just lease the trailer, of course. It won't cost very much. It should cost, I don't know, a couple of £100 or something. Hope it's not going to be hugely expensive. I'm going to park about here in anticipation of the thing I buy being plonked directly behind me. That's my prediction. Let's go in here. When I say buy, I mean rent. Now then, it's a Flegel trailer. Tippers and transporters, that's just a standard Flegel trailer. Oh, this is a tipper and trailer that's also a manure spreader. Okay. What I want is a Flegel trailer that is also a sugar beet cutter. This fella. Wheel brand, standard setup, all good. How much is it to lease? £2,500 to lease. Blimey, that's a lot. I could do it anyway. There it is. It's rather beautiful. It's got the word ninja written on it. Anything that has the word ninja on it is good. That's a fact. I don't need my lights. Just a little bit of low-level incompetence then, or possibly quite high-level incompetence. Won't be able to turn quite as tightly with this as we could with the previous trailer. Get out of my way! Oh. It's funny, people normally stop. I'll fill this up with sugar beet and I will see whether the other trailer has got nearly to the sugar factory. Of course, it's always a possibility that it's going to get to the sugar factory and I'm not going to be able to sell it because I don't own the sugar factory or some annoying thing like that. It's a thing I have not yet checked or tested. In which case, we'll go back to Plan A, which was to sell it on the farm. I want sugar beet. There we go. There's plenty of it. Don't know how much this holds. 30,000 litres, 40,000 litres. Oh, we'll see. It's 20,000. 30,000, just short of 30,000 litres. So the idea is that I'm now going to tip that back in again as chopped beet. I just don't know how that works. Does it just do it automatically? If I do start overloading, turn on crop sense, toggle raise crane tool, axis 3, rotate crane tool, open crane tool. I don't know why it keeps going about crane arms, but anyway. What happens if I do start overloading? Does it chop it? I don't think it does. Um, what have I done? What have I done wrong? Sugar beet. Still got 190,000. I'm going to need to have a... Did I not get it with the sugar beet chopping attachment? I thought it was automatic. There we go. Tip side back. Ah, tip side cutter. There we go. That's more like it. Good. That's all worked out very nicely. Where do I tip my beets? Can I change tip side? Yeah, I can. That is quite a healthy payday, has to be said. 115,000, and there is a little bit more to come. Not much, I don't think, but a little bit more. We might see if we can get there sort of automatically. Let's have a little look, see. Where do we want to go? We want to go here. Let's just come to this bit of road here, I think. Oh, I see. I don't really. I don't know why sometimes the engine cuts out, sometimes it doesn't. So I spent £2,500 in order to be able to do that, which may have been an unnecessary expense, but it now means that I do have some cut sugar beet with which to feed my piggies. If we go down to the animals, yeah, we're going to make some root crops, some chopped sugar beet. Yeah, so I'll get rid of that now. I'm not sure that I've done anything very clever. Ooh, don't like articulated tractors. Let's get rid of the beet ninja here. Yeah. I'm going to pop this away, and then we're going to have a little look and see what we need to do to get more animal protein, get the animal protein machine running. Oh, there's my lovely trailer. I'm just going to grab some animal protein. Is there any in the... I think it's all used up, isn't it? I don't think there's any in here. I think I took it all out. Yeah. I'm going to give a little bit to the chickens and a little bit to the piggies. Certainly give a little bit to the chickens. We'll discuss whether we're going to give it to the chickens in a moment. So animal protein is all the way down here. Protein for animals, not animal protein. There is a difference. What's my tip side? Let's make it grain door. Let's go round to the chicks, chucks, and see what the situation is. There we go. And we'll go up and have a little look at the piggies, see what their situation is. I suspect that their situation is that they don't need much. Health is 98%. Is that because we've got babies? Yeah, that health is only at 90%. Okay, because they're babies. It's probably root crops. It's probably root crops that are needed at this point. Oh, it only makes up 10% of their feed, and protein makes up 25%. If I chuck as much of this in as it will take, does that mean I then won't have to think about this particular food again for a bit? Yeah, I'll just chuck it all in. Why not? Oh, I didn't mean to be there, did I? I meant to be here. So they're looking good. Let's chuck some root crops in. And what is the root crop that we need? It is... oh, it just says food there. I think the chopped beet is for the protein for animals machine, not for the direct feed. Anyway, we'll have a look. There we go. I have a feeling that this is not food for pigs on its own. I think this is for making the protein for animals. That's what I think. We'll just have a look. Drive through the hedge. I think it will say not accepted here, or it won't offer tipping potential. Yeah, I think it wants potatoes. I think it's quite specific about it wanting potatoes there. But it will take it down here. But we need to think about it all, because it's a bit complicated. The machine is running, which it shouldn't be really, should it? So let's turn it off. It wants barley, cut sugar beet, minerals and water. It's full of water. It's got minerals. I can just go and grab another thing, a pallet of minerals. Let's go and sell some more. Let's go and sell some more sugar beet. Cool. Doesn't like that. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Now, I don't quite know how that happens, but there we go. Okay, we're right for mineral. So it is cut sugar beet that it's missing. Um, and it's all about setting all of these things up. But before we do that, let's quickly get this fella sorted out and on his way. We might try tip and return, see if he can do that. Not cut sugar beet, sugar beet. Oh, he's going to take a while to fill up, isn't he? Meanwhile, gone quiet because I'm concentrating, as you can tell. And I think if we just sort of chuck it there, it doesn't have to be that close, I don't think, from memory, but we might need to start this. There we go. That all seems to be working. What we don't want is to end up with a massive pile of the stuff. So we want to fill up and then stop filling, because otherwise we'll end up with a great big pile of cut sugar beet that we can't use. Might stop at that point. No. Oh no, we can keep going for a bit. Once the... Let's activate the process. Once the conveyor is full of cut sugar beet, you won't get anything else. You won't get anything else up there. But we can now come and tip some barley there, and that'll be fine. And it's going to be chuntering away making protein for animals. I'll just buy a little bit of barley. That was stupid, going in the wrong direction. Take me forever to get there. There we go. Boing. I think I have any barley, do I? Don't think I've planted or grown any barley. Might have some wheat. Don't think I have any barley. Would have been a silly mistake if I had. It is starting to fill with barley. I wonder how much barley it will take. Will it take all the barley in the trailer? Might do. No, I don't think so. So we'll stop there because we don't want a great big pile of barley that we can't shift. So we'll stop there. This is now full, so let's go out onto the road, and then I will see if I can set a route and it will go and tip and return. Let's line ourselves up like that, and we will go for create a job, and the job is to deliver to sugar company from this is the pickup location and looping, and let's start the job, and it's having a go. It's having a go. Can't argue with it. Very pleasing. And we've got the protein being made. Now I want to give some potatoes to my pigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this in the secret underground lair that couldn't possibly exist, and see if I've got any potatoes. And then I can give those to the piggies. And then we'll need to think about whether I should be buying another enterprise. I quite fancy a big old field of grass that I could process. Here we've got straw, slurry, wheat. I've got some potatoes. That's very good. Let's fill it up with potatoes. Lovely crumping noise it makes. Let's go and whack some potatoes in for the pigs. Then I will tip the rest of the potatoes back into my secret underground store that couldn't possibly exist. Keep half an eye on the money. When the money goes up, we know that the other tractor has completed its mission, or half completed its mission, because it's meant to come home again as well. Sold products, 84,000. Okay. I sort of feel like it. The money's not as good as I'd like it to be, but you know. Can't have everything, can you? Famously. Almost. When I say famously, I mean absolutely classic. You cannot have what you want. Good. Plenty of potato going in. Lovely stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We've got protein for animals being made. We've got some eggs, not very many eggs, so we'll just leave them there, I think, even though that's nuts. That's everything. What I need to now do is think about what I think what I'd like to do is get some sheep and get a field of grass. So there is a grass field not far away. There it is, number 34. Ooh, is that weeds? That's a bit of weeds. That's not good. I don't think it's worth doing anything about it, but it's not good. Field 34 is some grass, and over here somewhere are some sheep. Um, is that the sheep? I'm pretty certain that's the sheep. I think that's cattle. And this is sheep. But of course, that could be sheep as well. Do you know, I think the answer is to go and have a little look. To get out and go and have a little bit of a look. That's horses over there, which I don't object to. Not that it matters whether I object to it or not. I don't object to horses, but I just haven't, the thing you do with horses is you ride them all the time, which is nice. You feed them and you ride them, which seems like a nice thing to do. Ooh, nice barn comes with this. This does have sheep written all over it, apart from not actually having sheep written on it. Sheepsy. Sheepy sheeps. That's all lovely. So that's that one. So what is this one, this here, there one, right? Or is this another, is this also sheep, but smaller sheep? Ah. Okay. That is sheep too. Maybe it's the number of sheep. That's the significant thing. Is there a way of knowing? Do we think that is a smaller sheep enterprise than this one? I'm feeling quite minty, so I feel like I want to get a decent sized sheep enterprise. Do we think this one is bigger? I think this is 3 bays. To that one's 2 bays. Or maybe it's just completely in my head. No, that one looks the same. And it also comes with a lovely big barn. So I think this other one is closer, so that's the one we'll buy. Let's see how much it is. First of all, it is 124,000. And it's plot 1, 2, 3, which is very nice. This one is 86,000. Here. That's a bit of grass there. 107,000. How much is this fella here? That one is 165,000. So between them, that will be a bit of fun. Let's buy that. And let's buy... I mean, that's a funny shape, isn't it? That's my main reason for not buying it. I like to leave things being automated, and that's going to be a bit of a struggle. So I think we'll get this plot here. It also comes with some buildings, so we'll buy that. Good. Where is Mr. Tractor? He's here, and he's failed completely in his task to return to me, which is a little bit disappointing. So let's get him out on the road and set him up with the task of returning to me. I don't think that was that difficult, but anyway, he made a mess of it. Let's go. Set destination. Destination is here somewhere. About there. Be very nice. I don't think you're blocked by an object. So I've now got a sheep unit. Let's go and have a little look at it. Let's see what's involved. Let's check that everything is happening here, as should be happening. Feedmaster is running. I've got 475 litres of protein coming. It all looks very happy. I will just pop another tray of minerals. Over there. I'm try not to throw this one like I did the last one. Also try not to bump into any of the equipment, which is another thing that I've had a tendency to do. I might creep round the other side in the hope that I then won't bump into anything. Because everything does seem to mysteriously move. Cool. Because this is all moved for no good reason. Anyway. Hey ho. Let's go and find the sheep. Or at least the sheep pen. There aren't actually any sheep in it at the moment. And I'm going to go and roll with my grass roller the Naught animals. They need food, they need water. Do I learn anything useful in here? Not really, particularly as my German is quite limited. It's nice. It's a nice place. If I was a sheep, I'd be okay with it. Shut that door so they don't escape. How many sheep we're going to get, and what kinds of sheep? Oh, look. There's a bunch of sheep that I've never heard of. Castilian. Depending on the stable you choose, the sheep will generate wool or milk, which you can sell directly or process in your factories. Wow. Well, I'm guessing I will be mostly... I will be... Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? Let's have 20 of them. Let's have 20 of them. Let's have 20 of them. And let's have some mature sheep that are going to start producing babies pretty quickly, of which I think we might go Stanchaf. That's going to cost me 10 thou. That's all right, isn't it? So those are mature. Great. Now currently, there they are, all knocking about. Where is their water? Maybe the water, everything comes to here. That's a possibility, isn't it? Let's get water sorted out first of all, and then I'll take them some food. They've got some grass to eat. They should be fine. You know, they live in a field full of grass. That's famously, that's great as food. Right, let's go and top up the old Wateringtons. What's the slurry situation like? Oh, I've still got water in here, so it's irrelevant. I'm going to buy water from this machine over here, which is ludicrous. It's very expensive. But I guess that sort of makes up for the fact that I also buy very cheap stuff from this machine. Let us go and find out where the sheep like to have their water put. This doesn't look to me like it's going to produce milk. Ah, that is a bit of a giveaway on the waterfront. That's pretty big, and I'm surprised I didn't spot it. I don't suppose anyone's surprised I didn't spot it. Ping doesn't even touch the sides. How we off? Oh, okay, so we could do with another one of those for water. They also require both grass and protein. I like that. I really like that they take some mineral feed as well, because the sheep would. You can't just survive on grass. I've got a big old field of grass, but initially I'll buy some grass. Oh, that's what we want. Let's go and pop this into that tank. I'm gonna go up through the corner. Lovely. That sheep has noticed and is coming to appreciate it, which we like. Be interesting to see if the sheep kind of walk out of their pens with as much ease as the pigs walk out of their pens. I might be a little bit of water here that I can pop into this machine. What weird thing is going on? It's making water noises, but it's not actually taking any water. A quirk of the system. Let's top it up. With that strange brown looking water that comes out of that machine. And go back to here and park up. Good. Now they're going to want some food. They're going to want some mineral feed. And they're going to want some grass. I don't have any grass. I do have mineral feed. Oh dear, I'm having a little moment. Let's make tip side left. Let's grab what mineral feed there is in here. That's 900 litres of mineral feed. We'll pop that up there and we'll just see what that does to the stats. Then we can work out if 900 litres is X%. We can work out what proportions we need. I'm sure that all makes sense. They cannot survive on mineral feed alone. So, okay, so I've put 900 litres, which doesn't really make a dent in anything, does it? So I just need to put 4 times as much grass in as I put protein. So if I go and get 8,000 litres of grass, which is I think what this trailer holds, then it'll need another 3,000 litres of mineral feed for the proportions to be just right. That's my theory. First time round we'll use bought product, but we can make our own subsequently. Grass is going to be just down here next to straw. She doesn't seem to like or want straw. I always think it's a bit harsh on sheep that they don't get any bedding. So I chuck 8,000 litres of grass in. I hope it's not too much. I don't think it will be too much, given that 900 litres didn't really cause a dent. There's quite a lot of sheep to feed, potentially. Thinking about it. Ping, there it goes. Yeah, so 8,000 doesn't cause it to move very much. It's going to get through a lot of protein for animals. I don't know that I have that much. It's a good job I'm making some now. If I had 3,000 litres in store, I could go and pop that in. I don't mean 3,000, do I? I've just put 8,000 in. Which means I need to put 1 more 1,000 in, and it'll be roughly the right proportions. My mathematics just leaving me there for a moment. How much? Wrong way. Not mineral feed, but protein for animals. Oh, I've got 10,000 litres on it. So, if I put 3,000 in, then I put another 8,000 litres of grass, then that should be not too bad a mix. Little protein heavy, perhaps. I don't know whether if I had a food mixer I could pre-mix it to the right proportions and then add it. Don't know if that would be an advantage. Don't think so. So we're going to chuck 3,500 litres in, which is going to be 20% of what we want. So I'll chuck another. It really is going to take a lot, but I wonder how quickly they'll eat it. It's not very many of them. I think we're going to have to experiment with this. We'll chuck another 8,000 in. That'll keep them alive. Surely that'll keep them alive for a bit. There's not a huge number of sheep. Grass is going to be just down here, isn't it? Ping, ping, ping. There we go. Then I'm going to go and roll the grass field. I ought to get soil data for it. It's just grass. Still, want to max my yield. Soil data for this. Let's purchase soil information. Well, that's quite expensive. 33 samples. Ah, it's quite nice. Sandy loam and loam. That's all good. Are there any recognisable buildings there? Let's have a quick look at the sheep situation. Okay, so look. I think they will be kept alive for a little while by that. Obviously, they've got a lot more food. They're going to have similar quantities, aren't they, eventually? But there aren't quite so many of them. There are only 80 as opposed to several hundred. So it should be okay. Let's pop this little vehicle back and we'll hook up the roller and whiz over to... Oh, I can get rid of that trailer as well, can't I? We'll hook up the roller and go over to the field and roll it. Grass roller has the effect of knocking it back a growth stage and effectively fertilising it. Let's pop this away. Wrong button. That's the button we want, and we'll get rid of that. Cool. And pop this away. And we'll take the Fent out and whiz up to our new field and look at getting it rolled with the grass roller. We're going to have to modify the roller to turn it into a grass roller. It's currently set up as a field roller, and we want a grass roller. I feel like I'm going to sneeze in a moment. What I might do... Oh dear, I was going to mute the camera before I did that, but I wasn't quick enough. I was not quick enough. It came on me all suddenly. But I've got a nuke mic button. Nuke Nike button. Round we go, round we go, round we go. Everything seems to be in decent nick there. That could do with just a little bit of a repair, and then let's whiz in and customize it as a grass roller, which costs £2,000 because it's the first time we've done that, I guess. Gosh, I didn't think that was going to cost anything. And we're going to whiz over to our grass field, which is... Now, where is our grass field? It is at the back of this field. So let's go up this central road. Down to the right here is where the cows would be. And they've got this complicated auto-feeding thing. We might think about buying cows at some future point. There's the weeds out on the left, from when I was very incompetent with the weeder. But I think we'll leave those. They'll cause a little bit of loss of yield, but only in that isolated patch. And it's probably cheaper to let that happen than to worry about it. Now then, what's going on here? Big old field of grass, that's lovely. Nice shed. Little question mark here. What's this all about? Just a general purpose question mark. Open help menu. I don't think I need that. What's in here? Ooh, really nice. Nice unit of potential storage. Well, I suppose I could sell it. Plough up the whole area. Well, we won't do that. Let's go round this field. It's a nice sweeping curve. Ooh, boink. So it knocks it back from this ready to harvest growth stage back to a younger growth stage, and has the effect of fertilizing it. Once we've been around once, we'll do a little comparison analysis of the two, the rolled bit and the not rolled bit. Might be nice to do this with a steering wheel rather than a controller. I imagine it would be quite different. I'm getting quite sneezy. Something has tickled me. Who knows what? I may set this running and go and make myself a cup of tea. It's quite a nice thought. Set this running on farm worker. Which way shall I do this? Shall I peel off this way? And amazingly, this roller will have no effect on any other crop. It's all rather miraculous. How it has to be, I guess. I don't know whether in FS25 there'll be subtle differences to such things. I think it's fundamental to the running of the game that you only harvest the stuff that you're harvesting, and you only work on the stuff that you're working on. If the ploughs just started ploughing up everywhere willy-nilly, it would be chaos. I tried to play in a previous version of this. I tried to play online, and people would just join the game and just plough up your crops and things. There was no way of controlling it. I know it's all different now in this version of the game in 2020, in 22. Really now roll the field. You should do. And that's the advice, isn't it? You start at the narrowest end and let the little journeys be greater and greater each time. That was always the advice in FS19 anyway. It's going to be so different in 25. I can't wait. Have proper routes around the field and proper tram lines. Whole thing is going to be amazing. I wonder if there's enough room here. I suspect not. I might do this myself. So close to missing a bit there. Maybe quite tense. Nitrogen is okay. pH value is okay. We could come out here with fertilizer spreader, and we could come out here with some nitrogen, with some lime. Let's leave the lime for the time being. Oh no, let's not leave the lime. As soon as this is rolled, I'm gonna lime it. It's only going to take lime in certain places. But we may as well get it as good as we can before the month ends. Quite a heavy. That's quite a heavy load. You can really feel the tractor straining. It is one of the clever things. One of the many clever things about this game is the physics that goes into the way the vehicles behave. And this fella is struggling, which is great. Really clever. This all seems to be getting knocked off very quickly. There's a little bit that's been missed there. Quite a big patch has been missed over there. Unremarkably, I would say. Right, I'm going to leave that running while I go and make myself a cup of tea. Back in a tick. I just say, I think in terms of timing, that was pretty impressive. I was just thinking I should make myself a scene in ABS that just has an overlay that says, I've just gone to make a cup of tea. What does it think it's doing now? Is it going to go down the side? What is it up to? Fascinating. Yeah, I think you'll find that's been done. The bit that hasn't been done, matey, is this huge chunk over here that you completely ignored. You want to start getting into something, you've got to go into this. Do. Tight corner. Made it. We'll do a little sort of outside loop here. Being careful not to catch the roller on anything. Go up here. It is lashing with rain here. Biblical. Absolutely biblical. Don't know if the microphone is picking it up. It's thumping. Which is rather nice because I planted 2 hydrangeas. God, that's dull, isn't it? Crack, even by my standards, that's dull bit of chat. Planted 2 hydrangeas, a hortensia and a lovely white hydrangea. Hortensia is a kind of hydrangea, I believe, and hopefully this water will be penetrating right the way down to their roots and really giving them a good start. Yeah, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Right, let's see if we can whack some lime on all of this. I'm going to start in this corner and work my way out. Give myself a little bit of room. I can see what's going on. We don't want to miss along the side there, do we? So let's a light dusting of lime. That's what it looks like. Just to improve the pH. It's a new field. Let's invest. Let's get this field as good as we can, because the grass is going to feed the sheep. Our new enterprise. Exciting. Apologies if I slurp, it's quite hot. I have a particular horror of the noises of eating and drinking. So to be eating and drinking and broadcasting, well, not eating, but drinking and broadcasting, is extraordinarily inconsistent of me. Let's, what point is she going to pack up? About there, but let's force the issue and drive right onto there. Lovely stuff. And around we go. Let's go around the outside. Sorry, other tractor, for the rather appalling way that I've treated you there. I think we might get out of the way. Let's run over some crows. Get back to the farm, which I think is this direction. Put this away and get the fertilizer spreader out. And I'll spread the fertilizer with this tractor, not with the little tractor. Even though it's cute doing it with the little tractor, it's unnecessary on this occasion because this tractor is available to do the job. And it is a more sensible choice of a vehicle. And I'm all about sensible. I think I might have some fertilizer in my secret underground store. Let's have a little look. Maybe not very much, but maybe enough. Let's have a look. Yes, oh, a little bit. Shall I grab some more from my inexhaustible supply? Seems like a no. It'd be a shame to get there and discover I didn't have enough. Now I'm going to assume I don't need a weight on the front for this because it's a big old tractor, and even though this will be heavy, I'm gonna try and get away without putting a weight on the front. Certainly a little bit light, but I think she'll cope. She's quite a beast. I'm not quite sure what this will do to the texture. Whoa, there we go. She just lost her front wheels because this is a heavy old thing on the back. But we're doing all right. Just don't want to take any fast corners. The liming still seems to be happening. It'll be interesting to see what the game does to the ground when I put fertilizer on it in terms of change of colour. But by next month I should have a field of excellent grass, and I think I will then buy some mowers, possibly butterfly mower and a front mower for this tractor, and a windrower, decent sized windrower, and a picky up the grassy thing. This is done well. It's not putting a huge amount on. Now, will it make it through here? I wonder, because there is a little bit of uncovered. You're not going to stop, are you? You're going to keep going? You can identify the need. Yeah, well done. Good work. Then we'll finish off this little patch here. and go and do this the other side. Yeah, so a forage wagon, that's the word I was looking for. I'll buy a full sort of setup. I've got £300,000, that'll be the thing. But a full grass setup. I know I could rent it. Maybe there's an argument for renting the forage wagon. Buy the mowers, buy the windrower, rent the forage wagon. Then you could get quite a big one and justify it. There we go. Very nice. Let's check that we've got turn on crop sensor, that we've got automatic application rate set. Now then, this is a big beastie in terms of spread. So let's see what happens. Ah, okay. I'm quite pleased with that. Change in texture, it's nice and obvious. I'm a little bit far over to the left, but it's not the end of the world. Let's drive on somebody's crop. Wonder what it is. Is it chickpeas? It is chickpeas. Zoe Scott will not be very happy with me. Oh. Not least because I seem to just have stopped. It should take me all the way down there. This is all done, which is lovely. I imagine that other tractor will stop when it gets to the end of the row, because it will claim that the job has been done. Let's pop this away. Come back for the fertilizer. I don't drive in cab very often, because mostly I don't know where I'm going. That egg pallet slowly increasing in size. Next month there'll be a lovely crop of grass to harvest, I expect. I suppose it is conceivable that it'll take longer than a month to be ripe. We'll see. Oh. Crikey tractor, You've done a rather clever job. We sort of missed this being clever. Because it will have got itself trapped to the other side of those buildings and somehow have worked out what it needed to do. I am constantly amazed and baffled by the cleverness of it all. Okay, so the soil is being improved. It's not perfect, but it's being improved. I could just nip off the end of 31 whilst on the way back, couldn't I? Oh, and 30, and 22, both of which have got dodgy bits. And that would be a job well done. A good job well done. Is this going to be wide enough to do it all in one go? Should be, yeah. All good. All good. It's a nice looking crop there. Now then, two little bits that need to be sorted. One is... Oh, that's a shame. I've been driving reasonably competently for a bit. Is this the place? No, it's this field. Oh well, I'll go and do the other one first. It's the far end of the other field. A couple of weeds growing in there. Far end of the big field, biggish field. And then it is just a strip. What I'm going to do, because I'm no fool, is I'm going to whiz to the other end and come back this way. That will be more efficient. Cool, it's putting lots on. Taking care of that whole bit. Just that little tiny red dot. And let's whiz like whizzy things. To the end of this field here. And just do one strip. then I think we're in a pretty good state to call it a month and move into March. It's only 4:20, so I can go home, make myself a nice cup of tea, do a bit of paperwork before tomorrow. It's bound to be quarterly VAT returns or something that need doing. There's always stuff that needs doing. Fantastic. Let's do the usual routine. Whiz round to the front of the house. Save progress in case I've made a horrific error somewhere along the lines, which is entirely plausible. And move through to the next month. Whizzy whizzy, here we go. See what sort of state the corn is in. Should be a little bit closer to being harvested. Need it to be ready by June. We're now in March. Let's go and have a little look. Oh, it's coming along. It's looking lovely. It's flowering. That's nice. And we can have a little look at it in a bit more detail. There's a little weedy patch there. And it's still quite, in terms of its, 45 here, you can see very much ready to harvest. This, not so much. It's got a couple of months left. Oh, I do hope it's ready in time. Because I've planted a lot of it. And it'd be fun to plant some more interesting things like chickpeas and lentils and stuff like that. Let's see how the animals are. Piggies have got food and they are healthy. Sheep have got food, not much food, but they are healthy. And the chicks are in pretty good nick, I would say. There's quite a lot of them. 2 roosters being kept quite busy by the other chickens, I would say. There's no wool to speak of yet. Quite right. They do need more food. But they are healthy. They have water. They have water. They have food. It's all okay. What about cut sugar beets getting a bit low over here? We've got 10,000 litres of protein for animals, which is great to know. Let's top up the cut sugar beet. Oh, we've got some eggs as well. We could sell some eggs. Am I strong enough to pick up eggs? No, it's too heavy. Now then, are we going to have to do... Yeah, going to have to do manoeuvres, aren't we? Because that is now not pointing in the right place. I don't know what happens. But something happens. Is there some way of... Has it got brakes? I don't think it does, really. So it's just... That's that. This is not quite right. I don't know whether I want it to have that up or down. I don't really know. Let's go and grab 8,000 litres of cut sugar beet from my secret underground store. It's not a hugely secret underground store, but it is definitely an underground store of remarkable proportions. Ping, 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 ping. Protein for animals, no. We want cut sugar beet. It should be just beyond sugar beet, there. It now looks like the amount that I kept wasn't really maybe quite the right amount, doesn't it? It's beginning to look like I should have kept a little bit more. There you go. You live and learn. Made a lot of money out of it. Enough money that I can buy cut sugar beet if I need to. It's a terrible attitude. So there we go. Cut sugar beet should become not the thing that we're running out of. I think I'll be able to put all of that in there, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon that'll all go. I don't want cut sugar beet lying on the ground because nothing else will go in if there's sugar beet on the conveyors. That is all good. We could do some water and some barley, couldn't we? How much barley would it take? It looks to me like it's missing about 4,000 litres of barley. I wonder if it would take 4,000 litres of barley. I wonder whether I can successfully only put 4,000 litres of barley in. No, is the answer to that question. That was all happening a little bit too quickly for me, my old age. And I suspect it won't take all of this, so we will end up with some barley lying on the floor, unless I am astute. I've never been astute before. It might do it. It might do it. It might just blinking well do it. That's excellent. And we'll do some water and some minerals, and we're in a good position. We are in what I call a good position. Let's take some minerals over. I'm going to go around the far side to put this on so I don't bump anything on the way there. It's quite annoying that I can't see what I'm doing, but that's not that unusual. Risk running. Never run with minerals, boys and girls. It's very dangerous. And we're going to put some water in as well. We'll make sure there's enough water up here for the Piglingtons. I expect they'll take a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Then we'll pop some water in to our manufacturing process down here. Again, I'm going to go around the outside to avoid bumping into anything. That is adding barley a little bit at a time. Oh, because there is a little bit. There, see, there's a little bit trapped in the system. But that'll be alright. Now let's whiz up to the sheep. Check that they've got enough water, which they definitely will have. Top up their water just because we're out and about. Why not? The magic battery on this electric tractor just goes on and on. I wonder if there are other electric tractors. It's the only one I know of. I guess there are probably modded electric tractors. Maybe there's some quite big ones. Powerful. Yeah, so that's pathetic. I'll go back to the pigs. Should I top it up on the way? That would seem sensible, wouldn't it? That would be the mature thing to do. There we go. Bongo. Little piggies got excited there. Perhaps frightened by my arrival. Although this vehicle is pretty quiet. Whilst we're looking after the animals, we ought to think about what else we could do. We could give some more food to the chicks. We could... Not much we can do for these guys. I will put some more base food in, which is the main thing they need. And we're gonna cut ourselves some grass, I hope. If there's some grass there to be cut. So I'm going to buy some pig food and pop some piggy food in, and I'll put a bit of wheat into. I should have some wheat. Do I have some wheat in store? We'll find out in a moment. See how much of this it takes. I'm imagining not all of it. But I've got a vivid imagination. Could put some straw in as well, couldn't we? Comfortably taking the lot. Oh, well, that's great. That's perfect. There's enough of everything. We'll just keep chucking base food in, I guess. We could chuck some straw in. I know I've got some straw in store. And also, whilst I'm picking this up, have a little look to see if I've got any wheat stored for the chooks. Quite good if you didn't go through stuff you haven't got. Got a bit of wheat. We'll chuck as much of that in as will go, and then I'll come back for some straw. It's all little bit tight around here. Shouldn't take very much, in my opinion. Ping, no, doesn't. Good. So we've got more than enough wheat. Keep our chickens happy. Pop this back in and fill up with straw. We ended an endless cycle of filling and emptying. Very exciting. Let's take some straw. Now, this will not really make much of a dent, I don't think. Another 8,000 litres. Don't think it's going to make much of a difference, but we'll do it anyway. Gabur, how long have you been doing this? Is it 60,000 litres that it takes in total? Might be. It's not really going to change much. Yeah. Now then we'll pop this away and we'll whiz over to the grass field and see what sort of state it's in. Is it ready to be harvested? It might not be. We might need just to leap forward another month. Should be a shame. I'm going to go in this tractor since I'm in this tractor already. It does a perfectly healthy 27 miles per hour. Not as quick as some, but you know, not catastrophic. Best for the environment going electric. That looks a little bit like Japanese knotweed, but I don't think it is. Got to be very careful if there's any Japanese knotweed around. You need to knock it back with some weed killer if you see it. It's an invasive species. Ooh. Could have stuck to the roads, went a little bit off-road, all part of the adventure. Now then, that doesn't look to me like it's ready. No, it is growing. It's growing, but it's going to be a pretty good yield. That is a shame. That is like a well shame. So I'm going to just go and empty the. I'm going to empty a couple of things. I'm going to empty the. I say a couple of things, probably just one thing. I shall empty the protein for animals production unit, which is going to be getting close to being full. I was thinking about taking slurry out of the slurry tank as well, but at the moment I've got. My tanker is full of water. And the only way to empty it would be, the only way to empty it would be to sell it, which is a bit naughty. It's a bit naughty. But that's one of the reasons for having one of those universal sell points, is that you can empty things. I don't think you can just tip the water away, which obviously is a morally dubious thing to do anyway. Still adding barley, a mouthful at a time, as it gets used up. It's all quite close to being messy. We'll see how much else. There should be another 2,000-3,000 litres of it. We'll grab that. There's certainly an argument for having a second tanker. One for water, one for slurry. Given my wealth, it might be a thing worth getting. We could have it a different colour. The other one is black, isn't it? So we could have one that is a different colour, so we know if it was green, we'd know it was slurry, because it's slurry coloured. There we go, that's not too bad. That will keep trotting along merrily. Once it runs out of one of the things, that will be enough. What will it run out of first? Minerals, probably. I could go and pop another thing of minerals there, and that will keep it running for a while. See how much it would be to buy another tanker. They might have one. They might have one on sale. You never know. Let's grab one of these chaps. Oh. Go ahead and pop it. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. 200 kilograms. But I seem able to pick it up. 200 kilograms is quite a lot. 1/5 of a ton. Ah, interestingly, this is not being consumed. It probably should be. Yeah, there is room for minerals. Wonder what the problem with this is. Can't be that it was upside. It can be that it was upside down. That's exactly what the problem is. Mad. Good, so that is chuntering away, and we'll be happy for a while, I guess. A little bit low on sugar beet, but not badly low. When that runs out, we'll have enough. We'll have enough protein for animals, for all the animals that we have. Now then, next little thing. Let's have a look at what's for sale. Ooh, got a nice Massey Ferguson for sale there. Nice. A forage header. The The injection unit, look at that. Now that is a thing of beauty. That really is. I have such happy memories of bales of this size, what I call proper bales. It's not going to be relevant for us. We could bale that whole field like this, use some sort of auto stacker to collect them and then feed them as bales. No. What I would quite like is another tanker. That's 10,000 litres. We'd like one with a little bit more capacity than that. Too much. These fellas. I think I'll go with this one. We'll go with maximum capacity, easier gameplay. Cheeky. Let's go with what rim colour? Oh, we haven't got much choice, have we? That doesn't look very nice. That's all right. Main colour. Oh, well, that's hideous. Main colour. Just Joskin green. It's 11,000. Let's buy it. It does take everything, doesn't it? I'd better go back and have a check. Yes, of course it does. Do we like wide tyres? They look quite cool. And we'll leave everything else as it is. Let's buy it. Let's go and... I'm sure I've started the engine. Let's go and bring it back and empty the... Woo! That would have given me a little bit of a moment if I'd been in this thing for real. Let's go and empty the slurry tank, the pig slurry tank. And dump it into the secret underground storage unit that wouldn't really exist in the real world. Couldn't. Just couldn't. So this holds 14,000. You know what? What we may end up doing, of course, is using this one for water and the other one for slurry. So I think the other one holds 20,000, doesn't it? Still 14,000 is not bad. 14,500 is not bad at all, but it'll... Oh! Listen, mate, sorry about that. I'll write to my lawyer. What am I doing? Just not concentrating. I was thinking about this having an episode number, something like episode 18, and realising that it's quite long. It's 2.5 hours, and I'd quite like to get as far as cutting the grass before I call it a day. We might not actually cut the grass, but let's have the grass ready to cut. Let's have decided what equipment I'm just going to go down and have a little look, see how much there is here. There is... Oh, there's plenty of slurry. There's at least one more container full. I'd like to be in the position to be able to cut and windrow the grass. Before I end the episode, to maybe do that next time. Episode. I was very up myself calling it an episode. I am not Daggerwin. I'm not Mr. Seeley P. I don't have the beard for it. I'm not DJ Goham, or Farming Cop, or Farm Sim Guy, or any of these people. I'm not even. What do you mean even? I'm not King Dozer 007, who farms huge farms. Huge farms. It'll drive me mad just the amount of time it takes to drive from one place to the next. It'd be too much for me. I like these little farms just pottering around. Nice little farm. Now, I'm going to say that means it's only 5,000 litres of slurry left in there. It's not worth doing a third load. I'm going to pop this... Whoa! Pop this into the secret underground bunker and then park up. Where shall I park this tanker? I think I'll park it in the shed next to the roller. Why not? Or, better, perhaps put it in the electric vehicle shed, because it's going to be used by the electric vehicle. So that makes sense. This is the place for it. Pop it into one of those bays. Next to that quite expensive egg transport device. We could sell the current eggs, I suppose. We'll just let them accumulate. It's not like they go off. Amazingly. I think if crops are going to wither, then I think eggs probably ought to go bad. They are essentially a crop. Did think about changing the trailer to one that I could reverse. Right, so I think that is us largely done for the moment. I think we need to go through to the next month and see if the grass is ready to cut. It'd be quite annoying if it isn't. Everything all right with you, chickens? Chucks? Oh, all good. Ping. Oh, I can feel the effect of that sleep. Restoring my bones. Great demand at restaurant. £900 property rates. Wonder what the restaurant is demanding greatly. Is it anything that I own? Almost certainly not. Sugar beet. Cut, you can't have it anyway. Potatoes, you can't have it. Corn. Oh, you can't. You could have it, I suppose. Barley, I'd allow you to have. Wheat. Well, I want to sort of hang on to my wheat. The restaurant is demanding something I don't have. Let's not worry about it. Let's check on the old animals. Nothing's in danger of dying. Need to do something about the feed, but they are at peak productivity. Those are new baby piggies. That's nice. Oh, check-ins are all fine. Cool. So let's. Am I going to run there? Blimey. Let's run. Let's do a Theresa May and run through the field. Ooh. She ran through a wheat field, though, I think, not a. Now, this is getting almost to be as high as an elephant's eye. It was a small elephant. Perhaps a small elephant that was kneeling down. It'd be nice to know. We're now in April. It'd be really nice if it was ready to harvest in June. Don't think it'll be ready by May, but if it was ready by June, that was the whole point, was to be able to harvest it and sell it on the same day. This is looking a little bit healthier, ready to harvest. Good. Never looks like much, does it? I think in 25, the grass is going to look a little bit more, it's patchy, but I think the grass is going to look a bit longer and wavier and generally more appealing, because it doesn't look great. Now then, what we're going to mow it with, I think I would like a little flail setup. I could go with just a side and a front, which would be a combined 7 metres, or we could go with 8.3 metres and the bit across the front, which comes to about 11.4 metres. Let's just see what that's 13 metres. That's a 12.3 metre. That's quite a beast, isn't it? Must open up or something. Yeah, a bit much. Premium expansion, very nice. They look. It's quite expensive, isn't it? It needs 330 horsepower to operate. So that would mean it would have to run on my. That's 246. Would have to run on that. Well, that would be all right. Where were we? Mowers. 70. That's going to be £84,000. Quite a lot. Quite a big investment. This would be £88,000 for this classic Pottinger. Much lower power demand. There's a lot to be said for that. And this just a cheaper option altogether. Still end up with quite a decent width of cut. Presumably it is only an 8.3 metre cut. If you put that one at the front, you don't get more, do you? Because if you hung that at the back, it would cut 8.3 metres all the way across. Or is there a bit missing underneath? There's a bit missing. Okay. So I'm inclined to just buy these because it's relatively low power consumption. 8.3 metres as opposed to 10 metres. But it's cheap as chips, isn't it? Let's buy it. And then we will need a windrower and a decent sized windrower would be nice. So that's 8.4 metres. So that one goes perfectly with. We want it a little bit bigger. That's very expensive, so I don't like that one. That's 9.7 metres. 14.7 metres. 15 metres. Starting to get a bit silly. 8.5 metres. 8.5 means I'd be able to pull 2 rows into one, doesn't it? if they're, I'm going to go with 9 metres. If we've got one that's about 9 metres, that one's about 9 metres. That one seems to be the right size for us. Shall I buy it? Yes. I'll sell it again if I don't like it. Let's go and put the mowers on this fella. And we'll put the windrower on the Fent. I think they're going to look... See, they are quite big bits of kit, in fairness. Do you think that goes that way round? Does look like it. It's quite a long distance between the front and the back of this tractor, but they look right on there. They look fine. Oh, I like the fact that there's a wobbling in the wind. Those bits at the end, responding to the movement of the vehicle. That's fabulous. Cool. These guys who write this stuff, they are amazing, aren't they? Just extraordinary. Doot 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 doot. Dig. Oop, 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 oop. Got a little bit carried away there. Yeah. I thought it was going to be just a single line for some reason, but I'd forgotten. It's cleverly not cutting the grass verges. Some versions have cuttable grass verges and cuttable hedges and things like that, which then get consumed. Be nice to have the option to raise and lower them all simultaneously, rather than having to do them separately, because the worker can do it. That's why I briefly engaged the worker at the end of that row. because I knew he would be able to just pick everything up. He or she around we go. If I was doing this for real, I would probably, because I'm effectively cutting 3 strips, I'd probably go around. If it was just a single cutter, I'd go around 7 times for my headland. So I'm guessing, oh, he's been paid $1, but he's really pleased about it, £1, but he's really pleased about that. That's what he's earned this hour. Right, let's see how the worker gets on with this, and I'll go and pick up the windrower. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm pretty certain I'm going to pick it up with a forage wagon, because that would be consistent with my idiom. And what I'll do is I might even buy a forage wagon. I might even, they've got some cheapy ones that you can make have quite large capacity as a mod. I might grab one of those. It's quite useful for moving stuff as well, moving straw around. You carry lots of stuff in a forage wagon. It's quite interesting. This has got a 3-point linkage. Quite interesting. Rather than a trailer hitch link, which would perhaps be more normal. I don't know. It's got 3 rotors. Interesting. Does this throw it all from left to right, as it were, and pile it up on a board? That's how it looks. Doesn't feel like we're going at 33 miles per hour. But I must trust the system that we are. Maybe it's because I'm driving down the centre of the road. It doesn't feel fast. Well, that's a wild looking thing, isn't it? And it is just a little bit wider than the swath that we've left, which means it's going to consume, yeah, it's the right size. It's boringly the right size. It's going to throw everything against that. Bosh. Yeah, well, there we go. I think that's probably it. 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's my personal record. I've managed to stay awake, broadly speaking. But I am beginning to feel a little bit like I need some exercise. Might go and cut up some logs or something. Anyway, farewell. See you all soon. Bye.